Hi. Welcome back to Mindflux. Hate crime is a type of crime that is committed with the intention to intimidate someone because of their race, color, religion, sexual orientation, or disability. Hate crimes can be violent or non-violent. If you are not sure if something qualifies as a hate crime, then it might be best to contact law enforcement and get an official opinion. In this video we will explore the definition of hate crimes and what causes them. In most crimes, the victim's possession of something motivates an offender to commit a crime. With hate crimes, it is often what someone appears to be that turns them into victims and prompts further violence or brutality towards them. For example, many people have experienced verbal abuse in their lives, but not all these individuals may consider themselves as vulnerable, because they don't fit certain stereotypes associated with vulnerable populations like homosexuals, for instance. However, even those outside this group can still face discrimination when dealing directly on behalf of other groups. Hate crime can fall into one of three main types: physical assault, verbal abuse, and incitement to hatred. These crimes are often fueled by prejudice or the fear that a person might have for their own ethnicity in an unfamiliar setting, so be sure you know where they're coming from before assuming it's due to any particular religion alone. Number 1. Physical assault. Physical assault can be a serious crime. If you've been a victim of physical violence, it is important to report the incident as soon as possible so that justice may prevail against those who have committed this. And act by law. And in our society today, where there are many victims living with invisible wounds every day, because they were unable or unwilling at some point during their lives to deal appropriately with past trauma from being assaulted without consideration for other people's well-being. It should also go without saying, but just in case I need to say again, never keep quiet about such things. Number 2. Verbal abuse. Verbal abuse can be a verbal attack like name-calling or threat to harm. It's an unpleasant experience for minority groups, and the victims often don't know if what happened was wrong because of how they feel about themselves in society today, where people make fun of us as minorities just by looking at our skin color. Calling somebody a coward, loser, or any other negative word. It can be frustrating and painful if you are on the receiving end of this kind of violence, because it feels like there's nothing that will make it stop. Luckily for every person who has been abused in such manners, they are not alone. However, there are laws against it, so please report any incidents that happen to you right away. Number 3. Incitement to hatred. Incitement to hatred is a serious crime that can lead to significant consequences. Inciting someone else, usually by threat or violence for religious reasons, with the intention of stirring up strong emotions in them and causing conflict between religions, would be considered an act of incitement if their actions are threatening enough, as well as targeted at specific individuals within one's culture or community group based on characteristics like race or ethnicity. Hate speech is a major concern for many people these days. It can take many forms, including verbal attacks on social media platforms and websites where someone's beliefs are questioned, with violence as an answer or solution to those perceived differences in culture which cause hate crimes, such as bullying kids because they're different race than you. Messages calling for bloodshed against anyone due to their gender orientation, for example, kill all gays. The evidence of the hate element is not a requirement. You only need to be witnessed or reported by another person that thinks the incident was motivated by hatred, bias, or prejudice for it to qualify as such in your jurisdiction. The most important thing to remember is that everyone has a different story. And if you're going to tell someone else, be sure it isn't a hate crime or hate speech. If not, then just keep your thoughts to yourself and focus on the good stuff in life instead. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for Mindflux.